For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Jurassic World video. I do apologize if you hear any whirring in the background. The aircon is on because it is bloody hot. But, yes, Jurassic World 8. I don't know why we say Jurassic World 8 when this isn't the 8th Jurassic World. This is the 8th Jurassic Park film. But, you know, whatever. The 8th installment, theatrical installment in the Jurassic franchise has, I wouldn't say been announced, more so it has been leaked, let's just say. The existence of this movie has been leaked. And it's by Daniel RPK, who, realistically, he gets very, very little wrong. He is one of, if not the most reliable scooper in the game. And, I mainly, most of the time when I see things, from him, it's usually, Marvel things or just, superhero things. But no, seeing this coming from him is crazy. And I mean, let's be honest, no one is surprised that they're making an 8th Jurassic film. Because, this franchise makes money. Jurassic World, billion. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, billion. Dominion, billion. And thank God to the audience. Thank you so much, Jurassic fans, general audiences, thank you for not allowing the piece of crap that is Jurassic World Rebirth to reach 1 billion, because then I truly would have lost hope in society. The only reason that this franchise makes money is because there's no other, theatrically released movies, worldwide, about dinosaurs. The Jurassic franchise is the only one that does it. And obviously, Primitive War is out right now, but it's not out everywhere. But yes, in case you can't tell, I hate Jurassic World Rebirth. It is, I really just don't like that movie at all. It is so ridiculously dumb. The characters are stupid and annoying and worthless and just meat sacks, really. Even the creatures were pretty useless. So, with Jurassic World 8, what the hell are they even going to do? Because the only little bit of information that we have about the movie itself from Mr. Daniel RPK is that Scarlett Johansson is expected to return. And I, for one, am, not surprised, but I'm still annoyed. I don't know what it is about this franchise, but as the movies go on, the main characters get less and less interesting. You got the OGs, you have Alan, Ellie, and Ian. Of course, they are the best characters in this franchise. And then you had the Jurassic World main characters of Owen, Claire, and Maisie, which, they're fine. They're fine. Nothing to write home about, but at least they're not annoying. And then there's Jurassic World Rebirth, where Zora, Duncan, and frickin' Loomis are basically just very bland characters who we are expected to care about. And if we go through an entire trilogy with these characters, I am begging you to please spend more than 1 hour writing the script for this movie. Please make me care about these characters. But that I need to just stop before I go off on another tangent, right? The last bit of news that he said before we get into theories is, well, I wouldn't say this is for him, but this is more so something that Universal did. And that is they have sort of locked in the date of the 9th of June, 2028 for an event film. Now, obviously, nothing that Universal does is bigger than Jurassic. So what else could event film be? Jurassic World Rebirth was event film. And while I did find it odd that they released Rebirth in July, most of the movies release in June. Jurassic June, Gaming Beaver, get on it. Nah, I'm joking. He's a father, it's fine. But yes, June of 2028. And that is going to be an interesting, very, very interesting month, because who knows what else is going to release in June? Because so far, everything big, like everything huge movie wise, is releasing either next year or 2027. 2026 and 2027, we are going to have a legendary run for movies. Obviously, sequels, but really, if you're gonna cry about them being sequels, just like go live under a rock or something, okay? Even though it's like the greatest action franchise of all time, no one ever complained about there being 8 Mission Impossibles. Or even Star Wars, obviously there's only 6 Star Wars movies, only 6. So don't complain about movies getting sequels in the next 2 years. But yes, Jurassic really is the first big movie that I've seen that is getting a release of 2028. The only other one that I am suspecting is Avengers Secret Wars, because of course Doomsday will likely be delayed, and that will obviously cause a ripple effect, causing Secret Wars to be pushed to 2028 as well. But it seems like that year we are going to get another Jurassic ruled, well, I would say summer, but it's winter for me. So yes, as far as official information goes, we are, well, I wouldn't say theorizing, but it has been leaked that this movie will be most likely, the 9th of June, and that Scarlett Johansson will be returning. But now let's get into where the hell they could go with this movie. And obviously, this is just me talking about where, this would go from my perspective, okay? So don't say that, oh, that can't happen because this. It's just what's coming to my mind immediately, okay? The first thing that I immediately think of is where the hell this movie is going to take place. Because we have been to an island so many fucking times. In the first movie, we went to Isla Nublar, that's fine, right? Second movie, we discover there's the other island where they breed, where they create all the other creatures, and then they bring them over to Nublar. That makes sense, right? Jurassic Park 3, okay, we'll go back to Isla Sorna, but the other part of it, okay. Nublar, we go back in Jurassic World, and that's fine because it's basically completely new, an entirely new area for us to discover. Lovely. Fallen Kingdom, we go back again to Nublar, obviously just for a portion of the movie, which, I do like that. It's not the entire movie. It's just for that part when the volcano erupts. Dominion, not an island, but a very, very isolated area. So basically the same thing. And then for Rebirth, the movie when you finally had the chains were taken off. You were no longer handcuffed. You finally were able to make a movie entirely about the dinosaurs in the wild, and you decide to kill them off because you cannot think of a fucking plot. Honestly, David Koepp, that has got to be like that has got to go down in history as one of the biggest fumbles of a writer, is not being able to figure out what to do with a movie where dinosaurs are everywhere. I am very interested to see if they will ever at any point in this franchise, because at this point it's probably going to be longer than like the Friday the 13th franchise or Halloween. If we are going to see the rest of the 5 deaths, because we haven't seen all of them. The only ones from the movies that we've seen are Site A and Site B, and then I believe in Jurassic World Evolution they say that Site C is like Isla Muerta or something like that, and then I can't be too sure about the other 2, but I feel like that would have been a good idea to go, and I don't know. I am hoping that it takes place in the mainland, because we have had Jurassic World Chaos Theory, and while I do have my issues with the characterization of the humans of that show, the main characters, the way that they have used the dinosaurs in the wild, especially season 3, oh man, please give me an entire movie of that. The only thing that I can think of that they would be doing as a main plot is obviously at the end of Rebirth, we had the conclusion to this whole freaking video game-esque drug that we're getting, right? And they said, oh, we're going to give it to everyone. And then they're going to obviously give dinosaur DNA to everyone in the world. Now, of course, it is literally just Mosasaurus and Quetzalcoatlus DNA for, the pterosaurs and the marine creatures. And then for dinosaurs, they only have the Titanosaurus. So realistically, Jurassic is a very advanced franchise, even excluding the ridiculousness that was Camp Cretaceous Season 4. They literally created dinosaurs in the 80s, okay? They were able to revive dinosaurs in the 80s. They will be able to look at the dinosaur DNA and be able to, manipulate it and create other creatures from it. So, what I honestly could see them doing is retconning the retcon. So undoing their mistake, essentially, because you have up until, Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, when the dinosaurs are everywhere, alive, thriving happily. For 3 years, by the way. Or was it 4 years? 4 years! 4 years! They were all living happily. And then, between Rebirth and Dominion, that was 5 years, all of a sudden, oh, they're dying out, oh no. Fuck off. And then what essentially this movie will be is the scientists from whatever companies are able to get this DNA are going to bring back their own dinosaurs. They are going to create whatever creatures they will be able to make, or even just replicating the creatures that have already been made, like Pyroraptor, Atrociraptor, Brachiosaurus, things. Although, realistically, if a company that is malicious is going to be able to create any dinosaur, they are not going to pick a herbivore, let alone a giant one. No, I'm telling you, at some point in this franchise, they're going to make the Ultimasaurus. It's going to be stupid as hell, but I won't be able to help but be excited. So, that's realistically what I see them doing, is the movie taking place in the mainland, but then all of a sudden they'll see, wait, why are there dinosaurs everywhere now? And, it'll be like, oh, this company did this company did that, yada, yada, yada. I don't know why I'm doing voices, honestly. I just find certain things in this new version of Jurassic extremely stupid. There is no confirmation of Jonathan Bailey or Mahershala Ali coming back, although they likely will. They'll probably be like the new trio. Imagine that. Imagine the Jurassic franchise now. You compare our old trio of Sam Neill's Alan Grant, Jeff Goldblum's Ian Malcolm, and Laura Dern's Ellie Sattler, compared to the new ones, which is literally just Scarlett Johansson's character, who is just bland as hell, a tragic backstory that they do nothing with. They just hint at it through dialogue, which, sounds like it was written by a 2-year-old. Mahershala Ali's character, who, Duncan, would just, survives by the power of the camera cutting away from him. And again, tragic backstory that I feel like they could have done more with. And then Jonathan Bailey's Dr. Loomis, who is just another shitty student of Alan Grant. My man looked at a Mosasaurus and a Quetzalcoatlus and called them dinosaurs. I want to beat the living shit out of him. What's he going to do next? He's going to look at a Pteranodon and say, oh, a pterodactyl. He's going to look at a Brachiosaurus and go, oh, Brontosaurus. Oh my god, I want to punch him. And honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if they just decide to ruin this franchise more and have Doctor Wu be a bad character again. They'll just bring him back. Just like, oh my god. I saw one person on Twitter who was like, so what are they going to do with this movie? And then someone responded with the thing from Rise of Skywalker, where he says, and then he says, somehow Indominus Rex returned. And I'm like, please, that would have been so good in Rebirth if we had gotten the Indominus Rex Gen 2. We got the black Indominus. That would have been so cool. That would have made sense, right? It would have made sense. But I guess the final question really is, what is this movie going to be called? Realistically, the title of this movie is not going to matter to the movie itself. The title is only going to matter to toy listings, to trailers, to posters. That is it. The Jurassic franchise doesn't even care about the names anymore. For both Dominion and Rebirth, they just said, fuck it, who cares about the title? And they just show the logo of the franchise. Dominion makes sense, because that, at least to most of the team working on the movie, was supposed to be the end of the franchise. So just showing the logo, that's fine. Rebirth, why? Plus, the title of Rebirth is like one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. This is not a rebirth. This is just redoing the same shit over and over again, except worse. The one title I've seen people throw around, jokingly, but still, is Jurassic World Afterbirth. Could you imagine they pull a Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, like how they had home in every title, and then they just have birth in every title here. You have Jurassic World Rebirth, Afterbirth. I can't really think of any other prefix for the word birth. But yeah, please let me know what you guys think of the announcement of Jurassic World 5. Oh my god, this is the first time that I've had that I've seen an announcement of a new Jurassic movie, and I just don't care. I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, fine. Both the Jurassic franchise and the Monsterverse are two franchises that I have just been burnt out on with how disappointing their last entries are. Although looking at Godzilla and Kong the New Empire after watching Rebirth, I think I might have been too harsh on it. But yeah, please let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And if you did enjoy this video, then please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.